Hello everyone, thank you for being here today. As you know, I took the project of building a medieval kitchen interior. This is the fourth video of the series. This time is the turn of building a rustic table and benches for this diorama. So, let's begin. For this build, I used balsa wood in two different presentations. The first were square section sticks, which I could cut in smaller pieces according to the design and measurements required. And the second was a 2 mm width flat piece for the thinner pieces. I selected balsa wood for this build because it's a soft kind of wood, easy to work with an X-Acto blade and also great for detailing, as you will later see in other of my furniture builds. The first piece I glued was the tabletop. I used masking tape to align the pieces in the downside of the table, allowing me to glue them in a cleaner way without spilling the glue in the bottom. Also, I wanted to give a bumpy kind of finish to the tabletop, with the three top pieces not being at the exact same height. This for accentuating the rustic character of the piece. I used the 2 mm flat piece to add some detailing to the table supports. The use of balsa wood made the manual cutting of the circular details a lot easier than if I would have used common popsicle wood sticks. For the two benches, I also used a combination of the square section stick and the 2 mm flat pieces. One thing I learned while cutting balsa wood manually with an X-Acto blade, especially the 2 mm with small pieces, is that it's preferable to make several light pressured passes with the blade than cutting a piece in one pass, because this kind of wood can be fragile, especially when working with tiny pieces. Next, I proceeded to give some texture to the pieces. For this, I use rough sanding paper, an X-Acto blade, and also a self-made tool using several screws put together with masking tape. I use the X-Acto blade to take away some pieces of the wood off the corners and the table cover. This to accentuate the rustic and worn-out appearance of the table. Since the balsa wood natural color is a very light brown tone, I use a combination of burnt sienna and black acrylics to darken it. This applied in a wash-like way so the natural grain of the wood can still be visible, giving variety in the brown tone of the pieces. Balsa wood have a very spongy-like surface, so the base color I applied previously tended to be absorbed. So I decided to give another wash cover, but this time with only black acrylic. This time, I got the dark brown tone I had in mind. Finally, after the paint was completely dried, I proceeded to glue all the pieces with white school glue. This was the first time I used balsa wood to build a miniature furniture piece. I found it a very easy to use material, especially if you are going to cut the pieces manually, not using a laser cutter. Also, it is a kind of fragile material compared to the common popsicle wood sticks, which tend to be more rigid but also more difficult to cut. Definitely, I will use this type of wood again to create other pieces of furniture. In the next video, I will be showing how to create a wooden cabinet with opening closing doors. So don't miss the next video. See you there!